What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of Next Phase Collectibles and Games, a podcast where we talk about everything from video games, trading cards, and more. I'm Travis from TCG Funhouse, and I'm here with my boy Matt, who's also known as what?
The broke nerd. Because I got no money.
With the finger guns. I love it, man. All right, so we got some really good stuff today, guys. As you know, last week was Pokemon Week, so that's going to be our number one topic in today's video. And we're also going to do a Shining Fates review because it's been out for a couple weeks now. So that really exciting stuff coming down the pipeline for that. Matt, what are you most excited to talk about today?
Honestly, I'm super pumped about the Diamond and Pearl remakes.
You know, there's been a lot of controversy around the graphics and stuff like that. I, for one, am excited. I know you excited for it, so we're going to talk about that in detail today, along with Pokemon Legends Arceus, which, blew my mind. I was not expecting that. What were your first initial thoughts on that before we dive into it?
Honestly, it was literally just jaw-dropped. I thought it was going to be so cool. Looks awesome. The intro just killed me. Just drop dead gorgeous.
Yes. No, dude, the art style. And the cool thing is, it's so early, too. It's going to get even better. So, that was, beta on alpha on just, before anything that's actually going to be set in stone. So, I'm super stoked.
Seriously. So cool.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. So, let's go ahead and dive right in to our very first topic, which is going to be Shining Fates review 2 weeks in. All right, and speaking of Shining Fates, which was actually the most anticipated modern day Pokemon release that I can ever think of in a long time. I mean, Hidden Fates was people were looking forward to it, but Pokemon is on a whole nother level and a whole nother stratosphere since Shining Fates released. So I know you and I, Matt, have a little bit different opinions on how the first 2 weeks went. So I'm just gonna open up the floor to you.
A little bit.
Tell me what you think, and then I'm gonna come back at you a little bit, all right? Let's go.
All right. So, I definitely agree with what you said right there. I think Hidden Fates had tons of hype.
So much.
I think Shining Fates is the exact same. And I think that's how things are with the subsets right now. The subsets like Champion's Path, Hidden Fates, Shining Fates. They had so much hype. Champion's Path, we all know. Champion's Path, huge letdown. It's Charizard or bust.
Yes.
And I think that led to people having a little bit more hope for Shining Fates. That it was going to be exactly the same as Hidden Fates. And it's not, honestly, in my opinion.
Really?
I do think that the set will hold value for the most part.
Okay.
But most of the shinies are all from Sword and Shield.
Yes.
There's not a ton of fan favorites in it.
I agree.
The biggest fan favorite is Charizard.
Yep.
And that's what we're all looking for in it, again. Just like Champion's Path.
So I agree with you on the portion of the Shining Fates having a ton of Galar Pokemon in it. And I did see that in the very beginning as a way that's going to hold the set back as well. Because, the explosion in Pokemon is happening from people in their early 30s and late 20s. It's not happening from new collectors that are 15 to 20 years old right now. It's people who are 30, 31, 32 who have the funds to finally go out and buy those booster boxes they've always wanted. So when they see a set like Hidden Fates and they're seeing Mewtwo and Charizard and the Evolutions, they're down for it. And then
huge ones.
Yeah, huge. Huge, right?
Pokemon they've loved since they were kids.
Yep. Articuno. Dude, I remember seeing the Articuno when I pulled that. Oh, was dope. Dope. But
I was dying. I was drooling all over it. I ruined the car.
That's did you eat it? No? Okay. Too much.
No, just drooled on it.
That's fine. That's just me. But so I was actually surprised on how much I enjoyed Shining Fates. And I think that's where the two of us kind of contradict. And I've actually had this argument with people in my YouTube comment section, some of the videos I've opened up. And that is, Hidden Fates was going to be untouchable for me. And then when I started opening Shining Fates, just the amount of shinies and pulls and hits, I was having so much fun opening Shining Fates,
that's true.
Way past, like you said, my Champion's Path, right? It's just, it's in the rearview mirror already. But I even made the comment, Shining Fates to me is actually holding a candle to Hidden Fates. And that's, they got the Zard, right? So you can't just say the Hidden Fates Zard is the hot thing to pull right there. It's Shining Fates has it too. And who doesn't want a shiny Ditto, dude? Come on. That shiny Ditto card.
Yeah. I would take back everything I said just because of the Ditto. That thing is beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. Stunning.
Yes.
I'm going to frame it and put it on my wall that's empty right now, but it's going to have a Ditto on it soon, that's for sure.
And I know you have some thoughts about that shiny Zard too. So for me, the shiny Charizard seems to be very easy to pull. Now, again, that's coming from a guy who did not pull it. So, I'm talking
Same.
out my...
Same.
Yeah, but hey. But from my Instagrams, my social medias, my Twitters, other people in the Pokemon community that you and I talk to frequently, it seems like everybody but us has pulled the shiny Charizard already. And it took me 14 months to pull the Hidden Fates Charizard. And there was a while there for Hidden Fates that the trendy Pokemon video was shiny Charizard hunting with Hidden Fates. That was a trending topic.
It still is. It still is to this day. 2 years later, we're still seeing trending videos hunting for that shiny Charizard, and it's still maintaining that high value.
Right. So you think shiny Fates, the pull rates might be a little bit different because people are just opening up a crap ton of product, right? That's your opinion. Hit me a little bit of that.
Well, I mean, if we think about it from a little bit more of a statistic kind of a perspective, right. I mean, Pokemon is completely sold out of Shining Fates for the most part. That first wave, it's not that their production line has really decreased. It's that people are buying everything off the shelves. There are more distributors and retailers of Pokemon than there have been before.
Ever.
And so there's more production going out. Pokemon's getting ready to build a few more production centers. And so there's tons of product being pumped out, but it's just being bought up by, collectors and scalpers alike. And so tons of it's getting opened up. It's
true.
And we're still not seeing as many people pull the Zard as we saw from Champion's Path even. Because, I remember Jordan Fringe, I think he pulled 4 Charizards in one stream that he did.
Insane.
In a 4-hour stream, he pulled 4 Charizards.
That's insane.
But then I've seen people open up 15 ETBs from Shining Fates and haven't pulled a single Zard.
Yeah, you and I, we haven't pulled it, right? So I definitely think that the Champion's Path Charizards were much more common. I've seen pull rate charts, but they don't seem to add up to me. I did pull the shiny Charizard from Champion's Path in my very first opening.
Yeah, we pulled it in the first pack we opened.
That's nuts. That's bananas, dude. That's bananas.
Yeah.
But I still have not pulled the rainbow. So it's odd. It's
Same.
I pulled the shiny,
Same.
didn't pull the rainbow, and then I know people that have pulled 3 rainbows and no shiny. So, it's all RNG when it's all said and done. I do think that the Champion's Path one's a little bit easier to pull. But for me, personally, Shining Fates is rivaling Hidden Fates, man. It really is. And the one thing that is very disappointing is I think there's so many collectors out there who have not had the opportunity to experience Shining Fates because, like you said, it's just completely off the shelves. I know several people that have been paying $150 for an ETB, $80 for a Pikachu box, and that is asinine to me. But it's the only way that they're finding it, and it's so sad.
It's terrible.
It's tough, man. It's tough. And I remember walking away from Hidden Fates on the shelves.
I did
leaving
too.
it on Target.
I was like, it'll be around.
Yeah.
It'll be around. I'll get it later.
Premium collections, dude, I left so many premium collections on the shelves, and even those European ones where they were not the figure but the jumbo card inside.
I left them
20,
on the shelf.
30, 40 on the shelf.
I don't need that.
Yep.
Don't
Insane.
need it.
And yet,
I've got enough.
I've not seen a single Shining Fates item at a retailer anywhere. If you don't get it when the vendor's there or at 5 a.m. at Walmart.
I got lucky.
Did you?
I got lucky and picked up
Nice.
a couple of ETBs from Target and a couple of Pikachu boxes.
That's dope, dude. That's dope.
And then one pin collection.
Was the vendor there?
No, I got there a little while after the vendor and ran into a few other collectors. The vendors switched up their schedule because she said she felt threatened.
Yes, that's another issue. That's a whole other topic for another week, I think.
Yeah, that's a later topic.
Yeah,
but
I agree with you,
she
though.
felt a little scared going at a regular time. She was being followed.
So disappointing. So
she switched up her time, and I just happened to check that Target and ran into a few collectors, and they were grabbing things for other collector friends who weren't finding stuff, so I grabbed a couple for some.
At least it didn't get scalped, dude, because I know over on TikTok, I'm just seeing carts and carts and carts of one person buying absolutely everything that got put out, leaving not a single item around for anybody else, which is super sad. So,
but
so that's a little bit of a Shiny
like
Fates review. I mean, it wasn't too in depth or detailed. But that's basically all we know about Shining Fates as of right now, because there's just not much available for the general public. But there's so much being opened. It's the weirdest thing ever. More Shining Fates is being opened than like any other set release, really. But not by the people who normally open it. So we don't have... I mean, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll probably have more information on Shining Fates coming up in the next couple of streams, guys. So make sure if you're on YouTube right now, let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think of Shining Fates? Because, I mean, have you been able to find it? What have you pulled? Compare it to Hidden Fates. Let me know your opinions, guys. I really want to know. So check that out in the comment section, guys. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive right in, because I believe we both have just a couple of things that we'd like to rant about. Is that right, Matt?
I think so.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into that. All right, everybody, it is rant time. So every single week we're going to have a little segment where Matt and I each take about 30 to 60 seconds to just rant about something, just straight honesty and passion that we have in the Pokemon community right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go first because I watched somebody, guys. This has been stuck in my craw, and if you've talked to me on Instagram, you have seen this, and I've talked to you about it already. So I was at Target just after a restock, right? It was pre-Shining Fates. There was no Shining Fates. This was the week before, right? So I knew that wasn't going to be there. I'm just picking up stuff. They have double boxes. They have a little bit of stuff here and there. So they have 6 full cases of Pokeballs. You guys know these 3-pack Pokeball tins, right? There's nothing in there, guys. There's nothing in there. There's Crimson Invasion, Sun and Moon Base, and Fates Collide, I think, is the third set in there, or maybe even Steam Siege. I don't know. And this dude just goes ahead and buys all 6 cases of these Pokeballs. All 6 cases. He doesn't even know what they are. He was there. His wife goes, "You're going to buy all those?" He just goes, "Yeah, of course I am." For what? Those packs are not worth anything. You're throwing all your money away. And now nobody in my area, none of the kids in my area, are going to be able to buy Pokemon cards just to collect because you wanted a crap ton of Sun and Moon Base, a crap ton of... You don't even know what the packs are. Stop doing it, dude. Like, stop doing that. I understand. I completely understand going and buying Shining Fates ETBs, okay? I completely get it. You can turn around and make a profit on those 3 times what you paid in less than 24 hours. I completely understand. Leave the dang Pokeballs on the shelf so people, collectors, kids have something to freaking open. Take your Shining Fates. Take your sports cards. Take your Champion's Path. I don't care. Leave the dang Fates Collide Pokeballs, dude. Leave them on the shelf for everybody. I'm good. I gotta relax. I'm good now. Okay.
That's a good rant.
It's your Matt. It's your turn now. I gotta go cool off. I gotta go spritz some water on the face.
Right. Take a minute. Woo! Deep breath.
Go for it.
In through the nose, out through the mouth.
Tag in.
All right. Mine is very similar. Because I think that's an issue we're all experiencing right now. But I was talking to a buddy of mine that I met at Walmart while we were trying to pick up some Pokemon product. We were waiting to see if the restocker came in. They didn't, by the way. We didn't get anything. But we were sitting there waiting. He was telling me about how he went to a different Walmart earlier that day. And he got there just after the restocker. Restocker was just leaving. And this lady had her cart filled up. Hidden Fates, Shining Fates, ETBs, all the Pikachu boxes, every single Pokemon product that got put out on the shelves that day, loaded up in her cart. And she turns, looks at everybody who's just getting there, says, "Better wake up earlier next time, losers."
Wow.
I mean...
Wow.
The audacity to look somebody in the eyes and call them a loser for not being able to come and buy Pokemon product. To me, like, that's a little disrespectful. And I can appreciate the hustle. I appreciate the hustle. I'm all about entrepreneurship, and I think that's fantastic. And if you want to go out and flip some Pokemon product, you know what? More power to you. I don't judge you for that. But if you're going to load up your cart and look people in the eyes and call them a loser for not being able to get there before you, that is completely unnecessary.
Yep.
And I mean, the Pokemon community should be all about kindness, letting people in, and just having fun. That's what it's about. If you're having fun flipping it, fantastic. But don't be a jerk to other people who didn't get the product before.
I agree. Okay, so let's go off on a little sidebar here real quick while we're talking about that. Because it's such a hot topic, right? We'll get into the Pokemon 25 stuff. Don't worry, guys. We'll get into that coming. But when we touch this topic. It brings so much passion from everybody in the community. Everybody's passionate about this particular topic, right? And I agree with you 100%. I am not against entrepreneurship, right? I'm not against being a member of the reseller community. I'm really not.
Well, I mean, that's what you are technically.
Technically, I'm a licensed reseller, right? Yeah. And I sell things at market value or MSRP. If market value is MSRP, then it gets sold at MSRP. Sometimes market value is not. Okay? Sometimes market value goes up.
That's what happens.
Now,
it fluctuates.
I do think that we are on an extreme spike that is eventually going to come down. You know, I do think it's extreme right now. But do it with grace. Do it being a part of the Pokemon community. Don't do it being a part of the POS community, right? So again, you don't have to say losers when you're walking by a 12-year-old who's like looking for some Pokemon cards and you slap his Slurpee out of his hand and say, "Get here sooner, kid." Like, dude, you know how many times I've seen on TikTok where like someone they'll post it, right? Here I am buying every single Hidden Fates and Shining Fates ETB, and they know they're going to catch flack for it. So their response as a defense mechanism is to be rude, right? So people are going to be jealous. People are going to be salty. People are going to be upset that they didn't find any because you bought it all. But to sit there and to give them the middle finger, and I've seen comments that literally say, like, F the kids, because that's the big one, right? Like, hey, kids want their stuff. And they're like, F the kids.
In all honesty, that's disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting.
Disgusting to say.
Absolutely.
The kids are people like us who built the community when we were kids.
So that's my concern. That's my primary concern with this. If this continues, let's say that this trend continues for 5 or 6 years, okay? And it's a bunch
Pokemon's gonna be hated.
Of 30-year-olds and 35-year-olds fighting over product. 5 years from now, when we're 40 and 42 and 43, there's going to be an entire generation of 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds who don't know what it's like to open up Pokemon cards because they have not been able to find any out at the stores. And what's going to happen is the hobby is going to die because we're not going to inject young people into the community because all of the 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds are buying up all the product, which is fine, but it's just going to get outgrown. It's the same problem that's happening in other niches like wrestling right now. You know, there's no young audience for this stuff. So that it's going to die. No. So that's my little portion of it. Be nice. Do it with grace.
Agreed.
And still try to work with people that are not as fortunate as you are. That's my thing. Or put in the position
it's a community for a reason.
Correct.
It's a community for a reason. We're all in it together. It's Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's not a life or death fight.
I don't know, man. Have you seen?
I mean, sometimes when you're going for that target,
like, come on, bro.
You got to shove the old lady out of the way to get the box.
I've seen a lawn chair be thrown at Walmart. You know, I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna.
Hey, I got to the Target. And they said the day before somebody pulled a knife.
Oh, good God! Relax, people. Relax.
It's Pokemon. It's Pokemon. Let's just have.
All right. So rant took a little bit longer than 60 seconds, guys. We'll try to tone it back next time. But we are passionate about this kind of stuff.
We get ranty.
We do. So, but that's where it gets spicy, dude. That's where it gets spicy. But there's been some awesome announcements during the week of Pokemon Anniversary. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that stuff coming up right now. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes, or some people are calling them remasters. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but then the more exciting to me anyway, with the huge potential and ceiling of Pokemon Legends Arceus, which was like a announcement out of nowhere for me. We're going to touch that a little bit as well, and you can see that Matt is super excited over there on that side of the screen. So first, let's talk about the Diamond and Pearl remakes, though. It seems to be almost just like a little bit of a remaster with stylings and graphics that almost look like you're playing a different sort of game, right? So you tell they tried to keep it traditional. They tried to keep it to the source material, which I absolutely love. But there has been a lot of ranting about the graphics that they saw on Diamond and Pearl remakes. Matt, I would love to get your opinion on it. Let's go.
Yeah, basically, I think the remakes look really cool. I think it's going to be the exact same type of gameplay. I mean, there's not really much you're going to change in a digitally remastered version of it. It looks like they've done a little bit more of like a 3D modeling type of thing, gave it a little more depth, give it a little more soul, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
But a little more
Realism.
feeling to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little extra realism, which I think is great. I think that's fun, and it's going to be a great game to play. Just to give you those nostalgia vibes from back in 2008 when it was released, when I convinced my little sister to buy the game so I could play it on her DS.
That's what brothers do, man. That's what brothers do. So
you got to do it. I didn't have one. Had to convince her
I
to
do
go.
have a thought on this, and that is, if we would not have gotten the Pokemon Legends Arceus announcement, I think that Game Freak would have been in big trouble if this was the only game that they had coming. And I think they knew that when they were announcing it. So, because it really is, it's not, I wouldn't even say that it's a remake. Now, we'll probably have extra in-game, extra parts of the storyline or something that may be brand new. But ultimately, I think you're right. I think it's a remaster, right? They added some soul to it. They added some graphics to it. But ultimately, it's going to be the exact same game with a couple of changes.
Possibly some new dynamics.
Yes.
Some ties to some of the newer games and stuff like that. Maybe mentions of newer regions, different dialogue in certain sections. But
new regions, yes. Now, I think the Pokemon community would have destroyed Game Freak if we didn't get the Arceus announcement, because I do think people were expecting a lot more for the Diamond and Pearl remakes.
And they
were expecting Sword and Shield graphics. They're expecting, Zelda graphics for Diamond and Pearl remakes, which we did not get. So I think there was a lot of nervous people early on.
Yep.
And I would have been one of them, to be honest with you. But now that I know that I'm getting Arceus, I'm stoked for the Diamond and Pearl remakes, because it is going to be so nostalgic to walk back into the Sinnoh region with those graphics, with that storyline. And it is going to be amazing, but I know I would have felt differently if I wasn't getting Arceus along with it. I know I would have. So, thank you. They listened.
Wholeheartedly.
They're giving us both. They're giving us that nostalgic feeling, because, dude, nostalgia is ruling the world right now. It really is.
We're getting double Sinnoh power right here.
It's amazing. And Arceus is one of my favorite Pokemon, probably my favorite mythical ever. So, I am so glad that he's getting his own arc. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be all new, right? Because it's in the past.
He's getting his own arc. Yes.
I would slap my knee if it was on her desk right now.
You could even say it's going to be legendary.
OMG.
Because he's a legendary Pokemon. You get it?
Dude, we're just like a couple of dads right now talking about this. So, okay. All right.
And we are.
Now, Diamond Pearl remakes. Which one are you grabbing, man? Are you grabbing Diamond? You grabbing Pearl? What's going to be your first playthrough?
Well, I convinced my sister to get Pearl.
Right.
When we were kids. So honestly, I might just go Pearl again.
I want Pearl too.
Classic.
I want Pearl too. So I asked on my social medias, I basically did a little poll. And I would probably say about 80% of people are going Diamond. About 80% of people are going Diamond, and I always go the opposite.
So Pearl's going to be underrated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When you need...
Got to go for the underdog.
When you need to fill that Pokedex, when you need that other version exclusive Pokemon, and 80% of people have Diamond...
You're going to come to us. You're going to come to us.
That's right. I went Shield. I went Moon. I'm going Pearl. I always go against the grain. Always.
See, I went Sword,
You would.
I would.
All right, so you've done some analysis. You've done some looking into the Pokemon Legends Arceus trailer. I've not had the chance to do that yet, but I am going to, so don't you worry about that. But I want to know some of the stuff that maybe you found that you are excited about coming for the Arceus game. So, floor's yours, my dude.
All right, so the biggest thing that I'm excited for / not really hyped at all about, it's a catch-22 kind of situation, is the starters.
Oh
the
my
starters
gosh, it's
that
so
you get
weird.
to pick for the game.
Yes.
We got Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott.
Yeah, so I already know where you're going.
I mean,
you're excited.
Yeah, you know where I'm going.
Because Cyndaquil is your favorite starter ever.
That is my all-time favorite. Number one Pokemon on my list.
But the other two are kind of bumskis, man.
I mean, Rowlet in the show is hilarious.
It's true.
Love watching Rowlet in Sun and Moon. But as a card, not my favorite. Just as a Pokemon in general, not my favorite. Oshawott, that's like, no offense to anybody that likes Oshawott, but for me, he's like poop level.
I agree. Poop level. When you're doing the tier list, it's going down in the D
tier
section.
List.
It's going down in the D and F section.
There's
I agree.
There's like the D and F rank, and then there's like poop level, and Oshawott's like skimming the surface there, swimming around.
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. So I do think Decidueye is a good Pokemon, But I also feel like we
cool.
just had Decidueye, and Decidueye is in Sword and Shield 2 at the same time, so we've been playing Decidueye for a while. I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm ready for a little bit of a switch up there. I wish they would have. I honestly wish they would have just brought back the original starters.
I agree. Yep. Well, we're going to get that in a Diamond and Pearl remake, so I'm sure they were sitting down in a boardroom going...
True. They were thinking, how can we do this
different? We can't release 2 games within 4 months with the same 3 starters, you know. Mm-hmm. So I kind of like that they're mixing it up. I do. That's something I'm excited for.
I'm super hyped about Cyndaquil. I will pick Cyndaquil every time I play through the game.
But that's a problem you have, though, now. Now you're never going to play that game with another starter.
I've never played with Rowlet, never played with Oshawott. They could just go off and do their own little thing, and somebody else could play with them.
Yeah. Oshawott was an odd choice for me. I would have liked to have seen a Froakie in there. You know, give me
that would have been great.
Cyndaquil, Froakie, and Rowlet. I would have been fine with Rowlet because it's actually a very popular fan favorite Pokemon because of the anime. So I'm fine with those. But
it's true.
Oshawott was a letdown for sure.
But Oshawott, I don't understand.
All right, what else you got?
All right, so some of the other cool things that I saw, you know, it's ancient Sinnoh. It's ancient Sinnoh, so you're starting off right after the village has been built. So you're going on, you're creating the first Pokedex of Sinnoh, talking to a researcher who's come there from somewhere else, and that's why you have the option of Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott.
Right.
And not the main Pokemon that are in that area, which I think is a cool dynamic of the game.
Makes sense.
But from the trailer, it looked like there's going to be a little bit more of an open world vibe than there was even in Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
And a little bit more of a quick action gameplay. Because if you were watching the trailer at all, when you were playing Sword and Shield, you went in, you interacted with the Pokemon, and then you tried to catch it. You would throw your Pokeball at it, battle it. But it looks like as you're running around, you can aim and adjust your aim in the game and throw Pokeballs at the different Pokemon while you're running past them.
Yes. That looks awesome.
I don't know if you saw
that. So I caught that part in the trailer where basically he was like winding up a Pokeball, hiding in tall grass, and throwing a Pokeball. Yeah. So almost like a bow and arrow, right? Like almost like using a slingshot in Zelda or something like that. Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was way cool. And I mean, if you look at some of the frames of the trailer, you can see that there is an angle adjustment. So it looks like the person controlling him shifted the angle to aim and get it the right angle to throw the ball. And that was without interacting with the Pokemon. And then he hit it, caught it, and that was it. Which I think is really cool.
So I definitely want your opinion on this. So they had little splices of battle, right? So they had battles in there as well.
Saw that.
Do you think that they're moving away from the traditional turn-based battling and it's going to be basically Twitch responsive? Or do you think they're still going to have your turn, my turn type of gameplay? Because I honestly... if we're going in a completely different way, we're going in a different, completely genre and niche, you know, RPG, action RPG style. I want my Twitch, you know, I want my Twitch tested. I don't want to think about it. I just want to go fire blast, dodge, ember, whatever, right?
Which would be great. Yeah. Kind of similar to how it is in Pokemon Go.
Yes.
You got your attack going, and then you can swipe and dodge and things like that, which is a great, fun gameplay dynamic. And so to have that potentially be a gameplay dynamic of the Switch would be epic.
I agree. Dude, so I'm super nerdy, right? So I wrote my own Pokemon game.
Broke nerd.
Right, true. But I wrote my own Pokemon game. So I have a story.
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me about it. You sent me the email of it that I still haven't read almost a year later.
I really appreciate you for that.
My bad.
I really appreciate you for that. But basically, it was what my perfect video game would be, right? My perfect Pokemon game would be. And I would much rather have an open style world, which I do think we're going to go open world, right? I think everything is going to be like a wild area. It's going to be all wild area all the time, including the cities, all that stuff, right? Which I'm totally down for. The combat, I definitely think needs to be changed. I'm okay if we're going to be getting Diamond and Pearl remakes styled the way that they are with turn-based gameplay.
Classic gameplay.
I'm fine with that. If you're going to give us a whole other niche, you need to go all in, and I want Twitch-based, Twitch reaction attacks, almost like Pokken Tournament, dude. Like, sweet. I want Pokken Tournament. Like, we're going to get in there, and we're going to battle until your health bar is out. Like, almost World of Warcraft style. You know, I'm going to...
Yeah, I mean, let's go.
I'm going to throw up my shield. I'm going to throw a couple of fireballs at you. I'm going to be rolling out the way. I'm going to take control of my Pokemon I'm gonna take control of my Typhlosion.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be on, dude. Like, that would be my ideal game.
That kind of gameplay would immerse you even more into the game than it normally does, which is every kid's dream, the nostalgic vibes of being able to be a part of the Pokemon world. And that's the potential that this has if it does have that Twitch-style gameplay of just the reaction-based turns.
The only concern I did have is it did look a little bit choppy, as if it was still turn-based. So
yeah,
I'm still up in the air on it. I want some more information on it. But it did kind of look like at one point, I remember there was a Pokemon standing there, and I think Lucario did like an uppercut punch, probably a power-up punch or something like that. And
yeah, I saw that too.
It straight kind of looked like the one Pokemon was just standing there waiting to take it on the chin. Like, and if we're going to have...
Yeah, and honestly, more than likely it is still just turn-based gameplay. But
let's see. One can wish.
Has the potential.
Did you catch anything else on that trailer?
Not too much.
Yeah.
Other than, like, I was going to say what you were kind of saying there is that the whole place might be an open world kind of Zelda game style play that they just recently made.
So
Breath
dope.
of the
And that's
Wild.
what people want, dude, because that's what people always say. Like, the number one problem with the Pokemon video games, and they blame Game Freak for it, which, I don't know, it could be Game Freak, it could be anybody else. They blame Game Freak.
Multi-party.
And they say, look, if the Switch can give us Breath of the Wild, you can give us a better Pokemon game.
It's true.
It's true.
Well, and I think that's where the potential comes with this game.
Yes.
Is you're in ancient Sinnoh. Sinnoh's just been built. It's a village. Awesome. It's a village. It's not even a town. It's not a city. It's a village. It's a small little place that you start out at. And according to the trailer, there's not really much else around.
Yeah.
So they're basically saying in the trailer that it's going to be an open world. There's no gyms. There's nothing like that. You're not going to go battle gym leaders.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think we're overhyping Arceus game? Do you think that there's a chance?
I think right now there's always overhype.
I agree.
There's always overhype.
So this would be my concern, right?
And
so are we going to get a game that is just, it's your job to go out there, discover new Pokemon in the open world, and fill up the Pokedex, and then that's your only job?
Yeah. Honestly, I think the best way to go into the game is to give it some low expectations. Basically, let's just call it a combination of the new Pokemon Snap and the old Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
Put them together.
All you're going to go around and do is discover new Pokemon, catch them, maybe battle some people along the way, and have a little bit of turn-based gameplay like that.
Because I don't think we saw in the trailer for Arceus, we didn't see any other trainers or anything, did we? It was just strictly us and Pokemon.
Not really. It did say that you would have a new style of game, new style of battle, a more. I can't remember exactly how they worded it.
For sure.
So actually, maybe there is a new style of battle.
I'm excited though. I do know that. I am excited for both. Really excited for the Chibi Diamond and Pearl remakes. It's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty excited.
Arceus, I think, could surprise a lot of people. I do also think that Pokemon needs to be careful because people are going to expect a Zelda in-depth, large-style, open-world game, and I'm not sure that's what we're going to get. I'm still in the fence.
I'm hoping so because I think the game probably is still in
Correct.
development, the
I
final
agree with
details
that.
of development. So hopefully they're going to take the rest of this year and really finish it out.
Me too. Don't rush it.
And
Please.
make it something.
Pokemon, don't rush it. You said early 2022?
We're willing
That's
to wait.
right. If it takes March or April or May even of 2022 to get the game
That's
right.
still earlier than the end of the year.
That's right. That's right. You have 2022. Don't worry about the early part. So.
Yep. As long as it's earlier than December.
That's right. Yeah. I want to be playing it at least on Christmas.
Me too. I'm so excited. So excited.
Me too. All right. So. Awesome stuff, man. This is our very first episode, guys. This is our very first podcast. So we're working out the kinks. We're working out all kinds of stuff. I mean, we literally sat down, and it took us 3 hours to even hit record. So that shows you where we started from. Full.
It's 12:40 a.m. right now.
we're going to record at 9. So
yeah, it's great.
But we're getting in there, guys. Great. We're gonna get the hang of this thing. I'm really excited for it. This part of the video, this part of the podcast, normally we're going to have some Q&As. So please, guys, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, all those places right there at the Broke Nerd at TCG Funhouse, because we will be asking for questions for Q&As so you guys can join us, be a part of the podcast. I'd love to have 5-10 minutes of questions and stuff like that just so we can get closer to the community and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you guys follow us there. Really excited for that. Where can they find you, man? Just Instagram, Twitter? What do you have going on coming up?
I got all the same things as you. I even have a Snapchat, but I never use it. So don't follow me on Snapchat because I won't really respond.
Too many people get in trouble in Snapchat.
Twitter. It's true. That's why I don't use it. So not about that life. All right, but I got Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. I mean, pretty much anywhere else you want to look, I'm there as the Broke Nerd.
And we both post Pokemon content every single day, guys. Every single day. Now, this one obviously was Pokemon heavy because we just had Pokemon Day, we just had Pokemon Week, and honestly, Matt and I know more about Pokemon than anything else. Now, ultimately, this podcast is going to grow. We're going to grow into other video games, other collectibles, other trading card games, all that kind of stuff coming down the pipeline, guys. But right now, Pokemon is our area of expertise. So there is more coming. If you're a huge Pokemon fan, video game fan, guys, check us out. Drop a sub, all that stuff, guys. So all that coming down the pipeline, absolutely. Matt, was there anything that you'd like to talk about before we get out of here today?
I mean, I think we probably just need to make a little mention that today, as of recording, is Pokemon Day.
True.
So happy Pokemon Day, first of all. If you guys got to watch the Post Malone concert, hopefully you enjoyed that. I know, Travis, you said you missed it.
I did miss it.
I watched
it. And apparently it was super quick.
I think
so.
It was very, very quick. I thought the hype was... I was super hyped for it. Way pumped. And then started watching it. And then before I knew it, it was over. And I felt like I missed everything. Even though I watched, just because it was so quick. But animation was really cool.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Cool to hear the Post Malone songs, and he did his own little remake of the Hootie and the Blowfish song.
I heard that was coming down the pipeline.
Which is pretty cool.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was cool. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
I enjoyed it. I'll probably listen to it again.
Cool.
Just because it was cool.
Happy Pokemon Day.
Hopefully you guys get a chance to check that out.
Indeed, guys. Happy Monday. Happy Pokemon Day, indeed. Again, guys, if you're on YouTube, let us know in the comment section about Shining Fates. Let us know about the games coming out, what you're excited for, what you're not excited for. Smash that like button, subscribe button, subscribe. I don't know how to speak right now. That guy. That's how I look when I said that. Subscribe, guys, to the channel. And find us on iTunes and Spotify, guys, because we're going to be out there. We're going to be posting one video every single week on YouTube at 2 p.m. on Wednesday here on TCG Funhouse Channel. We're putting the podcast out at the same time, right? Wednesdays, yeah.
I think so, yeah. That's the
goal.
goal.
Guys. That's the goal. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Really look forward to talking to you guys in the future. Go check us out on socials so we can get some questions in here and take this podcast to the next level. Peace.